Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, we are from the course of MC012 stroke ESPD 1113 from Developmental of Psychology. We are in the course of, we are going to do assignment about physical and cognitive development in adolescents. And we are from group 1. And we are here from 5 of our group members, which is Lu Pu Hua and Marliza binti Zaiki, Ani Shakina binti Muhammad Azli, Karyoli Tegarajan Chetty, myself, and Joy Ling. For the first part, introduction to adolescence as a developmental of stage, I'm going to do by our Anis. Thank you.
Hello, I am Anisakuna binti Muhammad Azli and I will be doing the introduction to adolescence as a developmental stage. Next slide, please. Adolescence is the time when a person transitions from childhood into adulthood. It usually happens between the ages 10 to 9 years old. During this stage, adolescents go through many important changes, such as physically, emotionally, and mental changes. Physically, they experience a rapid growth, hormonal changes, and the development of secondary sexual characteristics. At the same time, their brains start to develop, which helps them think more deeply, make decisions, solve problems, and understand themselves and others better. However, adolescence also comes with challenges. Many teens go through mood swings, stress, peer pressure, and sometimes even low self-esteem. That's why they need extra care and support from the people around them. For example, parents play an important role by listening, guiding their children with love, and being patient. Teachers should make classrooms safe, fun, and help students learn important life skills during this time. Also, social workers and youth officers can support adolescents by giving them safe spaces and guiding them away from risky behaviors. All in all, understanding adolescence is very important. With the right support system, teenagers can grow into confident, healthy, and responsible adults. I'll pass the mic to the next person.
Okay, thank you, Anis. Hi, I'm Marliza Zaiki. Now I want to explain about the key physical change that happen during adolescence. Next slide, please. The stage usually begins with puberty, which start around the age of 10 to 14. One of the main change is the increase in hormones such as estrogen in girls and testosterone in boys. These hormones are responsibility for many of the change in the body. During this time, teenagers go through fast physical development. They grow taller and gain weight more quickly than in childhood. We call this is a growth spurt. Next, they begin to develop sexual characteristic. For girls, these include breast development and the start of menstruation. For boys, their voice become deeper and they start to grow facial hair. Teenagers may also notice change in their skin, such as acne and oil skin, which are common due to hormonal activity. Another important change in the brain, the part of the brain responsible for decision making and self-control continues to develop during adolescence. Lastly, teenagers need more sleep and good nutrition during this time to support their physical growth and energy level. These changes are natural and normal part of growing up. Okay, I pass to Joey for the next present.
Hi, Zah. Hi everyone, I'm Joey P. Today I want to talk about something we have all either gone through or are going through right now, which is how our thinking changed during adolescence. Please next. At this stage, it is not just our bodies that grows, our minds do too. According to Piaget, teens start to think more deeply and abstractly. We are no longer just focused on what is right in front of us. We start to question things like fairness, the future, and even who we are. We also get better at solving problems and thinking through situations logically. But thinking isn't something we do completely alone. Vygotsky believes that we learn a lot from the people around us teachers, parents, friends. When someone supports us just enough to stretch our thinking, that is called scaffolding, and it's really helped us grow mentally. At the same time, decision making can still be tricky. Even though we might know what the right thing is, emotions and peer pressure can easily take over because the part of our brain that controls logics is still developing. This change matter. In school, it helps to be challenged with real discussion and group work. Emotionally, it explains why this stage can feel overwhelming or confusing. And socially, it shows how important it is how to have support while still getting space to figure things out. So in the end, adolescence is not just about growing taller or getting more responsibilities. It is really about learning to think differently and learning to become more who we are. Thanks for listening and pass mic to next person.
Hi, thank you, Zoe. My name is Lu Po Hua. Okay, let me share a real-life case that happened in the secondary school in Kuala Lumpur, 2024. A 13-year-old girl tragically jumped from the 8th floor of her hostel. Before the incident, she shared live streaming on social media, standing on the barrier wall, crying, and saying goodbye to her beloved friends and family. Her hallmaster and friends immediately ran to rescue, but it was too late. According to her family, there were no obvious signs of academic or peer pressure leading up to the tragedy. After a few days, her parents came forward in the social media in live streaming to express their deep guilt feeling for not recognizing her daughter's emotional warning sign in early stage. The school also arranged a mental counseling for students who witnessed the whole suicide process in the effort to help them recover from the emotional trauma. This tragedy served as a warning to all families with teenage children at home. It highlights the importance of emotional awareness and mental health support during adolescence. This real-life case shows that early intervention and proper mental health care is critical in preventing such heartbreaking tragedy will happen again in our society. Now I pass the mic to Kanagawali. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. So I'm Kanagawali here. I would like to do a part of conclusions and understanding of the adolescence. Okay, conclusions, understandings, and adolescence can divide into 4 parts, where is unique phase of developments, cognitive developmental, role of professionals and caregivers, and the last one is practical importance. Okay, so my conclusion is adolescence is a critical phase marked by a rapid changes by physical, mentally, and emotionally. These shifts strongly influence how teenagers see themselves and how they interact with others in their environment. According to Piaget, adolescence begins to think more abstractly and start engaging in moral reasonings. However, as Git explains, the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain responsible for decision making, and still developing, which often leads to impulsive choice. Understanding these changes help adults respond better. For example, teachers can design classroom activities that promote both critical thinking and emotional regulations tailored to teenage capabilities. Where at home, parents can strengthen relationship with their children by practicing empathy and maintaining an open talk with a supportive communications. Mental health professionals also can play a crucial role in identifying early warning signs of emotional or behavioral concerns and offering a timely help. It is important to remember that these changes don't happen overnight. Adolescents face peer pressure, academic demands, and struggle with personal identity. With consistent and guidance, with emotional support, adults can become allies rather than critics by helping teenagers feel understood and accepted. Finally, understanding adolescents' development is not just about academic, but it's a practical. It enables adults to support the growth of healthy, responsible, and emotionally resilient young individuals who are ready to take an adulthood. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I would like to share my personal reflection on this topic. After learning about the physical and cognitive development in adolescence, I understand better why teenagers sometimes behave in ways that seem difficult or confusing. They go through many changes, not just physically, but also is how they think and feel. Their brains are still developing, and their emotions are often hard to control. Knowing this helped me realize that teenagers don't just need discipline; they need understanding and support. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, hi. This is my very short and precise reflection. I have a teenager at home, and after learning more deeply and detail in this topic, I have come to understand how to become a supportive mother. It's not just about giving advice, but really listen to them, being patient, and standing by him as he grows, actually. I'm still learning, but I feel more confident now. Thank you.
So I will continue with my reflections. From these assignments, the reflections that I have go through is empathy through understanding, supportive learning environments, safe emotional spaces, compassionate parenting, trust-based communications, and guided conflict resolutions. So from the reflections, what we can find here is understanding adolescents' development is essential for both professional and caregivers because it allows them to respond with more empathy and sensitivity rather than just of frustrations or misunderstanding. For example, in a school education part, teachers can use this knowledge to design a respectful and supportive environment where students are encouraged to explore their thoughts and growth cognitively. This follows with got key ideas that development is supported through guided learning and social interactions. Emotional adolescents often face mood swing and internal conflict. According to Git, creating safe spaces for emotionally supportive interventions help teens to regulate their emotions better. Where at home, parents also understand that emotional upheaval is a part of this developmental stage are more likely to respond with compassion. As Berg suggests, instead of reacting with anger, we can talk to them with full of love and kind. Where effective communications also plays a key role when adults create a foundation of trust while still setting a clear boundaries. It provides adolescents with a safe space to express themselves. Where Sandrock explained that this kind of trust-based communication strengthens their relationship and promotes emotional growth healthy. Finally, when professionals or caregivers apply this knowledge, they are better equipped to resolve conflicts in a way that helps adolescents build a confidence and emotional stability. These skills, which can help, are crucial for adulthood. Thank you.